Spotlights on the Ramayana. Instruction by way of narration through heroic poems written in stimulating language has been in all countries an effective medium of awakening the drooping spirits in man to a vision of the forces that operate in the universe. The Ramayana of sage Valmiki, which had its immortal successor as the great work of Saint Tulsidas and several others in the languages of India, is regarded as the first Sanskrit poem ever, which recounts the deeds of Lord Sri Rama, his exploits forming the various scenes of his life. The work is a reservoir from which float countless streams of powerful poetic works, touching upon some one or the other of the incidents and episodes of the epic. The importance of Sri Ramayana is in its perennial appeal to the spirits of humanity in general, whose different sides to the deft imagery of Valmiki and the line of poets who followed in its wakeably touch. This presentation throws only some light on certain aspects of Sri Ramayana, which presents an interesting reading to those who are devotees of the valuable scripture. The approach for the presentation departs markedly from the usual devotional and religious reading common among the Ramayana circles, not because the holy epic is not a superb masterpiece of religious literature, which it really is beyond doubt, but because the supernatural features of the epic seem to call for a novel study these days in the light especially of Western thinking, for which a natural interpretation might provide a diversion well expected. Salutations to our holy Guru Mahants. Worshipful homage unto Lord Sri Rama, divine incarnation of our universal mother and supreme deity Sri Raja Rajeswari. May her perfect personality in the form of Lord Sri Rama, representing the perfect ideal human individual, inspire all beings to strive to improve their own character and conduct and to emulate the noble behavior of Maryada Purushottama Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. When it was planned to write this present work about Sri Ramayana, we were somewhat nonplussed and a bit puzzled as to what we could written about a scripture that is being read by millions of people all over India and many other parts of the world, and which has been translated into numerous languages and upon which very many writers have written numerous books over the past centuries. Then we got the answer that we are writing this only for existing Old Testament or the Iliad or the Odyssey. We request that the sadhakas, however, keep in their mind that this present work is of analytical in nature. This is a unique value as a manual of human conduct and a guide to righteous living to every individual in general and to aspiring spiritual seekers who are striving for a higher inner unfoldment in particular. The narrative has also been interpreted as an allegorical work, somewhat similar to Bunyan's pilgrim process. Vedantic wisdom is also to be found within its pages in such versions that contain most illuminating and instructive dialogues as the conversation between Lord Sri Rama and his brother Sri Lakshmana. Within the covers of this present work, all these precious aspects of the great divine Dharma of the Sri Ramayana for the benefit of the English knowing public who may not have access to the original versions either in Sanskrit Valmiki or in the other Indian vernaculars like Hindi Tulsidas, Tamil Kamban, etc. May the Lord's grace grant unto all the readers joy, peace, and spiritual illumination. Salutations again and again to our holy Guru Mahants. Victory to worshipful Lord Sri Rama. Salutations to Lord Ganesha, who removes all impediments and ensures blessedness and success. Reverence to Sri Saraswati Devi, the goddess of knowledge and learning, and Sri Parvati Devi, consort of Lord Shiva, bestower of strength and energy. Prostrations to Sadguru Sri Paramacharya Swamigal, an ocean of benevolence and compassion, who removes defects of vision and purifies the eyes of understanding and guides on the path of spirituality, wisdom and devotion, and protects his humble disciples from all sides. Adorations to Lord Shiva, over whose divine body the holy ashes are auspicious and ecstatic, and who narrated the sacred Sri Charitabale, Ramayana, to his holy consort, Logamata Sri Uma Maheshwari. Venerations to Lord Sri Rama and Janaki Sita Devi, incarnations of our universal mother of Sri Lalitambiga, goddess Sri Lakshmi respectively, who remove illusion and illumine the heart and mind with devotion and truth. Obeisance to Sri Hanuman, an ideal and faithful servant cum devotee of Sri Sita Rama, by whose blessings truth is made manifest and grant their darshan to a devotee. Benedictions are from great sage Valmiki, the first author of Ramayana, and Saint Tulsidas, and an incarnation of Valmiki who composed Sri Charitabale in Hindi for the redemption of mankind in this perverse Kali Yuga. The Holy Ramayana, a masterpiece in Sanskrit classics of the great sage Valmiki, the Adikavi, is the first and foremost specimen of exquisite poetry. There are other Ramayanas like Adhyatma Ramayana, Anant Ramayana, Maharamayana, Adbhuta Ramayana, Sri Ramacharitamanus, and several others in different languages such as Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, Marathi, South Indian languages like Tamil, Kamba Ramayana, and others. The Valmiki Ramayana and Sri Ramacharitamanus of Saint Tulsidas enjoy a unique place among the classics of the world's literature. Valmiki Ramayana has since been translated both in prose and poetry in English, French, Italian, Latin, and some other languages. Almost similar is the case with Sri Ramacharitamanus of Saint Tulsidas. Someone told us that Ramayana has also been translated into Russian language, and they are now staging and screening some of the important scenes of the same, of course in their own way and style. In fact, in India and the Far East, the great epic of Lord Sri Rama, Jagat Jnani Sita Devi, and celibate Hanuman is not just an ancient classic. It's mystic and mythology based on some facts as well as history have inspired and influenced the entire cultural framework of Southeast Asia for 4 millennia. As ancient Greece had two famous epics, Odyssey and Iliad, ancient India had the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ramayana, which describes the wanderings of Prince Rama, banished from his kingdom, has something in common with the famous Odyssey. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata together comprise the whole of the epic literature of ancient India, and they present a most graphic and lifelike picture of the civilization and culture, customs and traditions, the social and political life, the religious and spiritual thoughts of ancient India, which cannot be ignored in any way. The races which flourished in the northern region of India approximately 1000 years before Christ, amongst them the Koshalas of Oudh, now in the province of Uttar Pradesh, and the Videhas of Bihar, now it is a province, were considered the most cultured races, and their kings, monarchs, and the priests were famous for their administration, bravery, learning, and prose. They were glorious, righteous, and truly dharma abiding. The great sages and distinguished priests in those times founded schools of arts and learning which were well known all over India, and several students joined from surrounding countries for study and research. Our ancestors those days did a lot of research on several subjects, including the mysteries of the soul and into the nature of the one universal soul, which pervades the entire creation, which are still preserved in the holy and marvelous Upanishad. Besides the Vedas, the Upanishad, Ramayana and Mahabharata, and some other wonderful legacies are a most valuable heritage left by the ancients to us.